Hey, why was the Olympian not able to listen to music?
Why not?
Because he broke the record.
First and foremost, you know the name. We came
All
to
right, welcome to
play
First
the
and Four, the
game.
podcast where father is firstborn, break down America's four biggest sports: football, basketball, baseball, and hockey. Let's get right into it. I think with the game everybody would expect it to be. Yeah, the
We called
United
it.
States. Yeah,
We called it last week. We said
that's right,
he
we
was going to
did.
win the gold.
Yeah, we
USA.
said it needed to be United States against Canada in the final. I think I
Yeah.
mentioned that. It had to be. So United States over Canada, 2-1 in overtime. Obviously, everybody's heard it by now.
Yeah.
But yeah, great game. Like I said, I think it really needed to be the United States and Canada. Like I was thinking, like, what if Canada doesn't come back right down 2-0 against Finland in that semi
Yeah.
right before? Like, I just don't think that game means as much if the United States goes and beats Finland.
Yeah. That was, a close semifinal game, too. Like you said,
Mhm.
they got down 2-0, had to come back and win it in overtime, right? They ended up winning overtime? Or was that a regulation? I
I
don't
don't
know if they
remember
won
now.
that
They're
one.
down 2-0.
Yeah. They were down 2-0 and came back, thankfully. And then the U.S. kind of pretty much had their way with Slovakia
They
in the
killed
in
them.
the
Yeah,
semis. Yeah, so nothing. And then yeah, the finals we all wanted, the gold medal match
exactly. Yeah.
was, and it was everything I think that we wanted to. It was
Mhm.
a great game on both sides. I think Canada, I think played really well. The second and third period, I think they pretty much dominated. Hellebuck, he
Game of his
just,
life. Yeah.
golly man, that guy was making every save. That paddle save that he had, behind him and just
Hmm.
get that thing out of the way was incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, he was making every single save that he could to keep them in that game, and yeah, incredible to come out on top with that one.
Yeah. Really unreal. And just like that, the image of uh Jack Hughes with like half his teeth missing.
Yeah,
Just that picture is going to be great with the flag and everything after the game. It'll be awesome. It'd be really cool if he gets like Olympic gold tooth right there.
that
Just that'd be
would be
great.
cool. Yeah, yeah, that's really cool.
um, yeah, yeah. Hellebuck 41 saves. You mentioned
Yeah,
game. I mean, like I think that's the big story.
yeah,
I mean, he was the only reason he kept them in there.
yeah. 42 shots Canada had to 28 for the U.S.
Yeah.
So yeah, he had to be on top of everything. 41
Hmm.
saves, like you said. Obviously, one got past, but that is a pretty incredible gold medal match
Right.
to leave it all out there for. So, and then you talked about just after the game too, Johnny Gaudreau
Yeah.
and his family being there. They flew them out. The kids came and got them down on the ice. I didn't realize that one of the his kids, I think it was his boy Johnny, right? It was his birthday
Yeah.
that day
Second
too,
birthday.
his second birthday, yeah, which is crazy. So his second birthday was the day of the gold medal match, and it was also the same date, 56 years ago, that or 46 years ago, that 1980 when the U.S. beat
Right. Yeah.
Russia in the Miracle on Ice game.
Right.
So yeah, a lot happened on that
Hmm.
date in history now for hockey.
Yeah, for sure.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that was great to see him bring that jersey out there. He probably would have been on the team. So just to see him, honor him like that, that was really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool, and having the guys talk about just the hockey fraternity. I think they talk about. Jack
Mm-hmm.
Hughes is talking about that a lot. What this meant to them, and yeah, I mean, it's a team, right? Those guys banded together, came together when they needed to, and like you said, yeah, not having one of their teammates that they wish could be there, doing everything they can for his family, and having them be a part of it, I think was really cool. That was really cool to
Right.
see. So yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty exciting. I think we hear a lot of complaints now about 3-on-3, obvious. I mean,
Yeah,
I actually think we just talked about that
we
too,
did.
didn't we?
Yeah,
About 3-on-3, whether that was like real hockey or not. Now obviously Canada's complaining about it, even though they needed it to beat Czechia
yeah, yeah,
in overtime. Canada had a 5-3 advantage for like a minute and a half at one point too. Like
yeah,
score on that. And you probably have got the three best players in the world.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I actually thought so. Towards the end of the game, when Jack Hughes got hit with that high stick, and there's Sam Bennett, I think, that went out, right? They got a
Yeah.
4-minute penalty. I'm like, oh my gosh, towards the end of regulation, like, can the U.S. put one in here? Well, then Jack Hughes gets a similar call, but he only gets 2 minutes. Not as blatant or whatever, but man, if that would have been a 4-minute, that could have been trouble too towards the end of regulation. Canada was putting all the firepower to them, trying to put anything in there. And like you said, yeah, they had their chances or opportunities. They just, again, I think Hellebuck was just coming up big
Yeah,
on
he was
everything,
awesome.
every single stop. Yeah, Celebrini had some great looks, great shots, and Hellebuck was there every single time. So
McKinnon's going to want that shot on an open net
Oh,
back for the rest of
gosh,
his
yeah.
life.
yeah, I saw the meme of we talked about curling last week, of the guy just kind of pushing the,
Yeah,
the thing out to
exactly.
the puck
Makes
to
a
the
difference,
side.
huh?
Yeah, exactly. A little finger, just push it right to the side.
Mm,
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
yeah, exciting game. Tons of memorable moments, I think, too. Just very special. And like you said, like first gold in 46 years. So that's
Yeah.
going to be something people remember for a long time. Too.
Yeah, and the cool thing with that, now is like all those guys are on different NHL teams. They band together now as one U.S. team. The Olympic gold. Obviously, they're going to go back to their teams, and they're playing against
Yeah.
teammates on the other side too, right?
And
Canada
Austin Matthews got to go back to Toronto.
He's got to go to Toronto. Yeah, there's a couple guys that got to go north of the border now, back to Canada with their golds. But yeah, I mean, you're playing against teammates. You're on the same team as people you're going to be playing against in the NHL now. But hopefully, that makes for a great NHL season coming up here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Olympics kind of getting a little more excitement around hockey and getting to see these great players. Hopefully, the rest of the season kind of plays out, really well for people to get excited about.
Yeah, build some more storylines, just gets people invested again.
Agreed. Yeah.
So that'll be cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though. Exciting to be an American.
Yeah, it is. Love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
definitely good to be on this side.
Yeah, and so this whole episode we've kind of just centered around the Olympics, just having some fun, talking about I guess we'll get into it coming up, but just kind of hypotheticals, athletes we would want to see, talking all about the Olympics got us kind of excited, so we want to make this episode kind of about that.
Yep.
So then moving right along for our moving the chains, we got a couple different things. So starting off, we're going to talk about athletes we'd want to see compete for the U.S. that haven't already. So that'll be cool. And then we're going to make a bobsled team out of 4-man bobsled team out of one player from each sport. So that'll be fun too.
That'll be really fun. I'm really excited to see who you got down on yours.
That'll be a fun one.
It'll be kind of, I'll be curious to see how you thought about who you put in there. Yeah. We'll see if we can fit all these guys in a bobsled.
It'll be a good time. Yeah. All right. Starting off, athletes we want to see compete for the U.S. We'll just go through each sport to our 4 major sports we always talk about. So football, we'll start off with obviously flag football coming up in 2028.
Mm-hmm.
So who would you want to see?
Yeah, so I put Josh Allen here, and part of the reason there for me is like, one, he hasn't won a Super Bowl yet, and I'm thinking if he's got to go, you're going to get to the Olympics, then more than likely he's going to win a gold medal. So like, hey, at least he'll have that, which will be good. But I do feel like he's the type of guy where I could see him like carrying the American flag, being a great, like, hey, I'm all about the USA. I feel like the Bills are kind of just that in the city of Buffalo, like they just band around each other. And like that's America, right? I mean, like those guys are all in for each other. And so I feel like Josh would be like a great representative for the US at the Olympics. And so for me, that's who I would pick from football. Is I'd love to see Josh Allen get there, win the gold, carry the American flag, and just go represent.
Yeah.
Plus, maybe it's like he's wearing red, white, and blue too. So like it kind of fits, right?
It fits.
But yeah.
Yeah, actually I kind of like that thought process. That's fun. I went with Lamar Jackson, another quarterback, from Pompano Beach, Florida. So he's an American. And to me, I just looked at it as like I think is one of the most exciting players to me that would be like to watch in flag football.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're going to be playing. And just like the idea of him, and you like when you see flag football, so much of playing quarterback is being able to like dodge and avoid these defensive linemen tackle. I mean, it's weird. I guess they're more linebackers coming at you. and being able to evade. And I just think it'd be really exciting to watch Lamar. He'd only be 31 by the time the next Olympics comes around. So still, I think plenty of juice left. And I think, yeah, just fun to watch him.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
He'd be a fun one for sure. Yeah, like you said with Flag, like if he can get out moving and running, he could be dangerous too.
Yeah.
So yeah,
definitely can. All right. So basketball then. Who do you got for basketball?
I put Kawhi Leonard here. So he actually declined the invite for Rio. Yeah, so he was expecting his first child at the time, and so he ended up declining that invite and didn't get to go. And now I feel like he's kind of on the older end, so I don't know that he's going to get another look.
I actually put down here he'd be 37.
He's okay, yeah. So I don't know. I just feel like he's this type of guy where he's real humble. Again, I looked at some of this as like who would represent their country well, and I feel like he's that type of guy where like he's going to represent the country well. He's going to be humble about it. He's going to be excited just to be a part of the American team. And yeah, again, I'd just love to see him actually get the opportunity to do it since he turned it down for such a great thing to have, his child and everything. It'd be awesome to see him get back. Now, sounds like he probably will not, but I guess that's where I look at he'd be a great one to see actually go there and do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so he was actually kind of my first thought. So I looked up and saw how old he was.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, like you said, he had the opportunity. Derek White ended up taking his spot, filled in for him. So, yeah. But I ended up going with Jalen Brunson, just looking at guys who haven't gotten a chance to play yet. From New Brunswick, New Jersey. He'd be 31 by the next Summer Olympics. Three-time All-Star. Hasn't won in the NBA yet, but 2 titles while at Villanova. He actually played for Team USA at the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup, which actually is what determines who gets to play in the Olympics, which was kind of odd. It's like he got to play for that team and then for some reason wasn't selected for the
that's weird
Olympic team, which was it was odd at the time. People were like, why is Jalen Brunson on here?
Yeah.
Especially when it ended up being Derek White that took Kawhi's spot. Obviously, they're not the same type of player, but like it just, yeah, I don't know, different calibers for sure. So, but yeah, I think he's just an electric player. He's fun to watch, and he's one that I just love to see be able to take that stage.
He's been, the last couple of years, last year for sure. I mean, he really kind of took over for the Knicks, and yeah, he would be a fun one to see.
Yeah,
get there, and like you said, he's young enough; he can probably get there maybe the next time, and yeah, it might be his opportunity.
Yeah. All right, then down to baseball.
So I had Mike Trout for this one, and I'm losing my voice here too. I don't know if it was all the yelling at the Olympics on Sunday morning or what, but hopefully it maintains here the rest of the time. But I had Mike Trout. So he did captain the 2023 World Baseball Classic for the U.S., not the Olympics, but and so he got all the way down the final game against Shohei, so his teammate at the time from the Angels, and struck out against him. And so the team lost 3-2 to Japan.
I do remember that, yeah.
Yeah, so I'd love to see him get back. Sounds like he's not going to play in the World Baseball Classic this year because of his knee problems and things like that. So, again, he's one where, like, man, it sucks that, like, he's had such a great career, but hasn't won, like, the World Series. The World Baseball Classic obviously didn't go his way. And now, starting to have some of these injury issues and things like that later in his career. Like, man, you just wish that somebody like that could, like, get there, win the gold medal, represent his country. Again, he's another guy where I think he'd represent the country really well. So I'd love to see him get there, but I don't know. He's on the tail end of his career again, and kind of injuries and things like that. I'm not sure that it's gonna happen for him. So
we'll see. Yeah, for sure. All right, I went with Cal Raleigh from Harrisonburg, Virginia. He was a fun player last year. Kind of came not completely out of nowhere, but I mean, kind of just in the way he was hitting. 60 home runs is a MLB record for both a catcher and by switch hitter, actually, which I didn't realize. But when I was looking him up, I saw that. So that was cool too. Home run derby champion last year. And he's only 29 right now. So I guess he'd be 31 by next Summer Olympics. So he'd be fun. He is on the World Baseball Classic roster, I know, coming up here. I thought about putting Pete Crow Armstrong here, actually, because he's a fun player, just watching the Cubs, but I felt like that was a little too close to home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Felt a little biased. So Cal Raleigh's who I'm going with. Again, just I think very fun player. You don't usually see the numbers as far as hitting like that from a catcher. So
Yeah.
kind of electric, something different, and I think he'd be fun.
The Big Dumper.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, great nickname.
Yeah, so he'd be fun, I think.
It would be really cool, yeah.
All right, and then finally hockey. This one I think was a little harder because obviously we just saw all the top guys play for gold. But who do you got?
So I thought of this as like somebody who maybe was just snubbed from the team this year. And like, man, that sucks, especially they went and won gold. And like this guy I picked, so Jason Robertson from the Stars, didn't make the team. And he's like, I mean, they considered him one of the biggest surprises being left off the team at the time. But I can't imagine sitting at home being him right now and thinking he was right there and didn't make the team. But he is third right now in goals this season in the NHL, 11th in points. He's only 26, so he has an opportunity, the next time around maybe to make the team. But I mean, this was like a historic run. Obviously, they just went on. It's like, oh man, I can't imagine that he's sitting at home thinking, what if he'd have been on that team, and who knows what would have happened. But so he's the one I picked, was Jason Robertson from the Stars.
Yeah, I like that. I kind of went past the first list of like who was considered snubs. There was a lot of like goal scorers, and it's just not completely how the U.S. decided to structure the roster. It was a lot more defense focused. But the guy I have down here wasn't quite like the top, like the snub list. I went with Alex DeBrincat. He was drafted by the Blackhawks, so another guy that I kind of remember watching from Farmington Hills, Michigan. He plays for the plays for the Red Wings now, which I know isn't your favorite. But he's a fun guy. Great player. He's only 28 also, so he'd be 32 by the time the next Winter Olympics comes around. And again, like he wasn't like the top line of snubs, but he was, a guy that people thought maybe. So I think by the next time, once some of these guys are older, he's coming on some more, then he might have a chance. So I think he'd be fun to see again, especially since he was with the Blackhawks for a little bit.
Yeah, I like DeBrincat. Yeah, he's a really good player. Unfortunately, he plays for the Red Wings, but
yes, he does.
Yeah, I do like him though.
Yeah. All right, then that kind of wraps up our athletes we want to see. So let's move on to our bobsled team. I'm kind of excited for this. You want to start off? Yeah, I guess we'll each just give our 4. So you want to start off and give your 4 of who you've got in your bobsled.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
So I think when you had said it a few weeks ago about what you know about bobsled, it's all
cool running.
It's Cool Runnings.
I was going to say the same thing.
We know that. Yeah, exactly. So we take all of our notes from Cool Runnings.
Yeah.
And that's how we build our bobsled team, I think. Or that's at least how I built mine. For my football player, I'm going to go with Myles Garrett.
Okay.
I want a big, strong ass guy. And I was thinking like linebacker, defensive end, something that can just like, he's going to be pushing that sled from the back, right? Like, and I need some size. I don't know if I can be able to fit all these guys in the bobsled. I don't know. I didn't check to see the dimensions on a bobsled when I was doing this. But Garrett, he's going to be my football player that's going to be pushing this thing from behind. I guess I'll go. Let me go next. I'm going to say hockey next because that's going to be my next guy in.
Yep.
So I'm going to go with Ovi. So again, I want a big guy. Plus, Ovi is like just crazy, and I feel like you got to have a little bit of crazy in you if you're going to be in the bobsled. So like Ovi, crazy, big, strong, whatever. He's going to get moving, going. He's just going to have a good time with those guys too. So
true.
Ovi's going to be awesome. He's going to be in that bobsled. Baseball. So those two guys I think are huge, big. I started going a little bit smaller here with baseball and basketball. Baseball, I'm going to go Mookie Betts again. You're going to be able to keep up, and then got to be able to fit into the sled with these other guys that are getting in there. So I wanted somebody fast, strong still, but not like huge, whatever, but like keep up speed wise, hop in there, and then help us glide down. Steph Curry is going to be my driver. So Steph's my basketball player. He's driving for me. Again, just how with his range from 3, the focus he has. He's a great golfer too. Like I feel like he's just like he could really navigate and get you down and probably lead the team too. Yep. So I'm gonna go Steph in the driver's seat, getting us down the hill.
Okay. So I put a whole like 5 minutes of research into this.
Nice.
So there actually is a weight limit for the
Oh crap.
4-man bobsled. You're not over it, but 1,389 pounds is the weight limit. Which again, you're not over.
Okay.
I don't think, but it was just interesting to me because
Yeah, it
as
would be
I
over.
as I was kind of looking, like they do want to try and go big. They want to be heavy.
Yeah.
So I know that about bobsledding, and I know that the sprinters and cool runnings were on the bobsled team. So
Yeah.
that's what I know about bobsledding.
But I feel like one of those sprinters was pretty big. That's what
He
I was thinking. Like, he
was,
was a big
yeah,
solid
yeah.
guy, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you gotta have some size.
You have some size, yeah. And that's
Yeah.
again, like the heavier your team is, the faster they're gonna go down.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
the idea. And so
Physics.
that's what like you gotta find like a good balance. So I actually went with Steph Curry as my driver too. So bobsled, you're right, you got the driver, you got the two guys in the middle who are just kind of helping to push along, and then that guy in the back that's really the biggest for pushing, and then he's actually kind of weighing it down also in the
Yeah.
back, is what
Yep.
I found out. Steph Curry's my driver. You kind of mentioned the same things I thought about, but I just think he's a great leader, a great presence. And I like as I was thinking about this, I was like, I kind of want a point guard, somebody like that from the NBA. Because I do like I want that leader in the front, that person that's gonna like pull my team together, kind of know what's going on, and he's just who came to mind. So that made sense to me.
Yeah. One other thing I'll say about like the basketball team is like you got 5 players.
Mm-hmm.
Where so it's a small team, you're leading whatever.
Right.
Where like some of these other teams, you got bigger, larger players team, whatever. I feel like that also kind of
Yeah,
plays
that
into
makes
like,
sense,
hey,
yeah.
you're going to be the leader of this crew, small team, whatever. Go with the basketball player. So I think that makes sense.
Okay, and then I put my hockey and my baseball players in the middle. So I actually thought about Ovi for my hockey player. He's also on the older side. He's what, late 30s right now.
Mhm.
I don't remember exactly what it was. So as far as my speed, I didn't want to put him there. He was a little too slow for me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Connor McDavid. Because we're always talking about how fast he is on his skates. So I imagine that probably translates well to running. That's my guess.
Yep.
And he's around 200 pounds. Big enough, not like huge, but still decent size. And I imagine he's probably a pretty quick runner if he's that fast on his skates. So Connor McDavid's my my hockey player, and then I've got Bobby Witt Jr. for my baseball player because same thing. Last baseball season, he was about the fastest as far as in between the base running.
Okay. Yeah.
Some of the I don't know how they track that, but
Yeah.
that's what it said when I looked it up. So that's what we're going with is Bobby Witt.
Yep.
And again, I know that you apparently need speed because you got to push fast at the beginning.
Yep.
And then I actually also went with Miles Garrett in the back.
Okay.
Same idea. You want that, because for football, I was like, it's either going to be that guy in the back pushing or it's going to be a quarterback as like a leader in the front. And I felt like I could put a point guard or somebody in the front. So
Yeah.
went with Miles Garrett in the back. Big, strong, solid guy. Also very fast. You watch him get around those offensive linemen so quick.
Yep.
I just think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Will Anderson was the other one I was thinking.
Oh, yeah.
I was considering Will Anderson in the back. So age-wise, you talk about age with Ovi. Maybe Will Anderson, he's a little bit younger than Garrett, like would be good there, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah,
That's true.
I could see either way there. But that was that's interesting.
That's a fun
to
one,
think
yeah.
about. Yeah, I'd be curious to hear the listener take on
Yeah.
who they might put in here because this was kind of fun just to think about who we throw in there. Ovi, I do think though, even though he's old, Ovi would work, man.
Oh, he would.
Whatever. If you were like, Ovi, this is what we need. This is what we need you to do. This is the speed you need. He would be all in, and he would do it. Like
Sure.
and especially if it's ice, he's like, yeah, he's used to be on that. Yeah. So I think, yeah, it'd be fun to see like some of these sports like translate over and see what they could do.
Good fun thing to think about there.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, down to 2 minutes in the box then. Who you're putting in the box this week?
All right. I got to put ESPN in the box this week. So unfortunate, I think it was Saturday night, right? That
Saturday night, yeah.
Yeah, that Rondell Moore, so former Purdue wide receiver, played for the Minnesota Vikings, was deceased. He was found dead, I think, in a parking garage or something like that, with a gunshot wound, self-inflicted gunshot wound, sounded like. But anyways, that happened Saturday. ESPN did a tribute for him, and they used photos of a different Vikings wide receiver Miles Price during the tribute segment. And so ESPN, like, how could you not get the pictures right for a guy that just passed away and you're doing a tribute segment for, and you put pictures of somebody else up there? I mean, that has got to be crazy. So somebody ESPN has got to be, I don't even know if they lost their job, but like
Yeah, that intern is
something.
out the door.
That intern, yeah, whoever it was, like, man, did you just go out on find Vikings wide receiver or whatever and just find the image and just put it out there? Like, that's crazy that they screwed that one up. So
Well, and I guess I don't know if they would have realized this, but he played like one play for the Vikings. Do you remember that? He got like blown up on his first return in the preseason.
oh no, I didn't remember.
And that's
that.
when he got hurt again, and he'd been out the year before his first year with the Vikings. So like there wouldn't have been pictures of him with the Vikings. So I'm not
Oh.
actually sure where that thought came from. But like the pictures they would have found would have been Cardinals and
The
Falcons.
Cardinals. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
But-
thinking probably has more Cardinals pictures than
Mhm.
anything. But yeah, so good lesson for you as you get into this
Oh yeah, a little
business
bit.
of sports communications, and obviously you want to verify what you're putting out there is accurate before you just kind of get a story going and throw
Yeah.
pictures out of number 4 or whatever. I think they probably just pulled
the number.
the number, and they were like, oh yeah, this is him, and put it out there, and completely wrong. So
Right.
that was pretty crazy. So yeah, I'm putting ESPN in the box.
Yeah, but at the same time, Rondale Moore, fun to watch at Purdue for sure.
He was a great player. Yeah, quick, fast. I mean, he had some moments. The Ohio State game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember seeing when we went to Nebraska. I'm trying to think of when we went with you.
One of those times.
Yeah, and he was playing, and I remember like going down to the fence, and I think he was on the field and yelling out his name, and he kind of looked over, gave a little wave or whatever, and yeah, so it's crazy to think about now that he no longer. So it's tough.
Yeah.
Tough for sure.
Yep. Check in on people for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you don't know what was going on there or whatever, but yeah, always reach out, talk to people, make sure everybody's doing okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty sad for sure.
Yeah. All right, and then I'm gonna go with Nathan McKinnon. Just his comment about I don't know what was the exact. I don't know what the exact quote was, but he basically said, "I'll let you be the judge of who the best team out there was."
Yeah.
On Sunday. Well, to me, the best team was the United States because they won 2-1, and that's why you keep score. So I don't know what he's talking about, but
yeah, that's exactly what he said. You be the judge of who the better team was. The better team today. That's he. You know, there's a picture of him with the silver medal around his neck as he, is saying that or whatever.
Yeah. So I will be the judge, and it was the United States because they won the game.
Yeah.
And I do get what he's saying, but okay, the United States had the better goalie, and they won the game.
Yeah, I mean, you could go back to the Miracle on Ice. I mean, like, nobody would disagree that Russia was the best team, obviously. They were powerhouse, all that, whatever. But there's moments and games and whatever that somebody's going to come out on top on the other side, and it's their day. And so, I mean, yeah, it's great goalie play by Hellebuck. It's little things here and there that, go the Americans' way, and that's why they keep scoring the games.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, hey,
exactly.
You outplay, but if you don't put the puck in the back of the net, then it doesn't matter how many shots you get off. So,
nope.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just that comment, which, again, I'm sure a lot of people have heard already. But in case you haven't, that's my putting Nathan McKinnon in the box.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay, down to our 2-minute drill then. We'll go our one question per sport. Again, we kind of focus on Olympics, so it's actually like the same question for every sport. But again, same idea. So what Winter Olympic sport could you see football players competing in?
Well, I said bobsled. Maybe that's kind of cheating because we just did the 4-man bobsled. But I was thinking when I was putting it together, kind of similar to what you said about the quarterback going in front, or do I put a bigger guy in the back? It was like you could really kind of fit a football team in there, speed-wise, size-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Bobsled seems pretty natural to me to have football.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking. It's just like not 4 Myles Garrett's, but like you could have 4 defensive ends. You mentioned Will Anderson, like Micah Parsons, Aiden Hutchinson, like guys like that. Like you could have 4 of them. That seems like a pretty good bet to me.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Agreed.
I think bobsledding is probably a pretty good option there. Then same question, basketball. What Olympic sport could you see basketball?
This one is a little harder. I was trying to really think through basketball and what maybe translate. I said aerial skiing because like the
Okay.
acrobatic leaping and whatever, just like what they can do crazy stuff in the air. You think of the different dunks and things that they do.
Mm.
I'm like, we'll go
Okay.
acrobatic. Or the aerial skiing. I mean, for the acrobatic stuff that they do.
Okay, so I actually said the biathlon. That's what I'm going with for the basketball players. All right, so hear me out.
The shooting.
They got to shoot. Yeah. So like, all these players are wanting to shoot in the NBA right now. So maybe they're accurate with a gun and they
There
can
you
shoot
go.
the target. And then on maybe the more serious side, like I think they've got to have at least a decent stamina, and so that the actual skiing part, I think they'd be okay with. So I'm going with the biathlon.
I'm not sure if many guys in the NBA. Well, there's some that own guns, I guess. Yeah.
John Morant has guns. Yeah,
He has
I bet
guns.
Jokic has a gun.
I bet Jokic does have guns. Yeah, that is true. That's true.
Horses and guns.
Horses and guns. Yeah, he's a regular cowboy. Oh, Jokic.
Probably, yeah.
He's out west. Yeah, he's basically
Seems
a
about
cowboy.
right. All right, baseball. That's the hardest one for me.
You know what? Actually, this is one of the first ones I thought of.
Really?
Curling to me and baseball
Okay.
are like, if you got pitchers, I think of like Greg Maddux would be like the ultimate curler. Like those
Okay.
guys are so precise and like get things in like right where it needs to be. And like, I don't know, they just see the targets in all the different angles. To me, curling is like the perfect baseball transition. Like, yeah, you got to get it right to the center. You got to, there's strategy behind the whole thing. Plus, baseball players don't do much anyway. So, like, they stand around half the time. There you go. It's a
I guess
perfect
so,
sport. You
yeah.
stand around, you just, get the rock down the ice. It's like translates well for baseball players, I think.
Yeah. No. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. I mean, and I'm sitting here thinking like, there's just not many like so many of the sports in the Olympics are just like variations on the same thing.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, no, I like curling. I think I'd agree, except I just hadn't thought of that when I was thinking about this.
Yeah.
I like left curling out for some reason. So I just threw baseball players on like snowboarding because I don't really know why. I just didn't know what else to do with them. So,
I could see like Bryce Harper could be a great snowboarder.
maybe, yeah.
He
I don't know.
kinda
I
seems
feel like
like a-
okay, but like yeah, pitchers, outfielders, catchers. Like I feel like there's all kinds of different players, and I guess football's kind of similar, but like surely somebody in the MLB can snowboard.
Wasn't Harper from Utah? Where is he from?
I don't know.
I think
Maybe.
he's from somewhere out west or Arizona. He's from somewhere out west. He seems like he'd probably be like a snowboarder.
Yeah, I actually was just looking it over again to see if I had any better ideas, but I really don't. So they're going to snowboard. All right, and then hockey players. So other than hockey, what could you see them doing?
I said skeleton because I feel like
Okay.
those guys are crazy, and so I feel like you got to be
Actually,
a
yeah,
little
okay,
bit
that makes
crazy.
sense.
Yeah, skeleton's just like head first down this like
Yeah.
sheet of ice, and you're going like 80 miles an hour, and I feel like hockey players, like, yeah, they lose a few teeth or whatever, they don't really care.
Nope.
So send them down head first down skeleton, and
Yeah, that's right.
they're all in. So I'm gonna go skeleton for that.
Yeah, I actually like that thought. I went with the more lame answer, and I just said speed skating because they wear skates anyway. And I feel like you can't tell me that you couldn't make like Connor McDavid a world level speed skater. I just like there's
Yeah.
no way.
Yeah, no, it's probably true. A lot of those guys. Now, it'd be interesting to know, like,
It's a different skate.
it's a different skate. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, how much different is that skating than
I
like
don't know.
the hockey skates?
Mhm.
I mean, obviously it's different. But like, I would think those guys are on skates when they're like 2.
Yeah.
So like putting on a different pair of skates is probably like just learning or whatever, like
Right.
something a little bit different. It's probably not that big. It's probably going from like a road bike to a mountain bike or something, like different size tire. I don't know. For them, it's probably not a big deal, but
That's what I'm thinking.
yeah, you're right. He probably would be pretty incredible at it.
Yeah. So that's my thought. And then wild card, what Winter Olympic athlete do you think could compete in one of the 4 major sports?
Yeah, so kind of flipping that around, I guess. And maybe this is kind of a cheating thing too, but I just said Jordan Stolz, and maybe it's kind of the same like speed skater. So Jordan was the one that was the speed skater for us this year, the U.S.
Mm.
But great leg power, balance, all that other stuff that I think translates into some of the other sports, um, whether it's hockey, um, or I don't know, football or whatever. I'm not sure if he's athletic or not. The only thing is like the hand-eye coordination. I don't know. Like maybe he's just fast, but can the other stuff translate too? Who knows? But I mean, he's obviously athletic enough to do everything he needs to do for speed skating. So
Yeah.
I think that could potentially translate over to one of the other sports.
Yeah. I think that makes sense. All right. Well, we've talked about how crazy hockey players are. My thought is Lindsey Vaughn tried to do all this stuff on a broken or torn ACL. I guess no ACL, right?
Yeah.
And then already had a whole like metal leg. So I feel like she could play hockey.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like she's just talked about how crazy hockey players are. I mean, again, that image of like Jack Hughes with his teeth knocked out and all this. Like, I don't know. I think she could play hockey.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to go with.
And she's got longevity. What is she? Almost 40 years old?
She's old.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. That one kind of makes sense to
That'd
me.
be a cool one. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. She skis, so that helps. I feel like she could probably
Strong
skate.
enough. Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. Hockey. All right, then from the stands, you had something here, right? Or did you not?
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, the Mount Rushmore that we did last week.
Oh,
I thought,
yeah.
people really liked the Mount Rushmore concept, and I think we can do more of that. I think next time maybe I'll be a little bit better about how we we pick and don't maybe pick the same people or
It's
whatever.
kind of the first time we've done it.
Yeah, and I was
Now we
like,
know.
and now I got it. Okay, yeah. So, but I think that was kind of fun, and I think especially during the downtime without football season, there's gonna be some more opportunities to do some of that Mount Rushmore type of stuff, and so I think those will be fun. We got some more ideas coming in from people that are listening, and
Yeah.
so I think we'll incorporate some of that in as we we'll go forward here.
Yeah. I like that. All right, then down to extra innings. So I know for me, I just want to touch on the Bears and their possible move to Indiana.
Yep.
So for anybody else who hasn't heard, like basically the Bears and the city of Chicago are kind of having a standoff as far as like the money allocating, the tax dollars essentially to building the stadium. The Bears own land in Arlington Heights outside of Chicago, where they could potentially build a stadium. They just, they need the funds. They need, right. And so basically, like the thing with Indiana, like what's essentially happened is Indiana's passed a bill saying the Bears can move there.
Yep.
And allocating money for that. And so whether or not it happens, I don't know. I think part of it is just like what's the word?
Like you think they're trying to
It's a
force the
leverage
issue?
play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's a leverage, like because the Bears are the ones that brought it up. Like, okay, we'll move to Indiana, and Indiana's like, okay, we'll take you.
Yeah.
So now the Bears can kind of leverage that and be like, hey, we're going to move to Indiana. They've got the money for us.
Yep.
Which Illinois doesn't want because that's a lot of revenue that comes in. So
Yeah.
we'll kind of see what happens. As far as like me as a Bears fan, I don't really care. Arlington is just as far from Chicago as they would be in Indiana. So like, it's not really that much of a difference. They're not going to actually be in Chicago either way.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't sound like, so I don't really care. But
Yeah, I don't know if it really matters that much either. It is kind of weird that it's out of the state, but like the Washington Commanders or whatever they are now have been in Virginia for a long time. I don't know if people even realize that or not, but like they're not even in DC. Used to be at RFK down in DC. They moved out to Virginia 10, 15 at least years ago. A lot of the teams, like San Fran's not even in San
60
Francisco.
miles.
It's in Santa Clara. Jets and Giants
play in Jersey.
They play in Jersey. There's a lot of teams that don't play in the same state or city or whatever that they, have in the title of their name. I don't know if it matters or not either. I mean, honestly, they just need to get the stadium figured out. And like you said, it probably is more of a leverage play right now that the team is kind of forcing that issue. It'll be interesting to see if Chicago or the state of Illinois, I guess, steps up and does anything with it or not. But yeah, it doesn't bother me either. Heck, I lived in Indiana for a while. The people out there would love it if it's out
Oh yeah,
in the region. So yeah,
maybe another team will pack up overnight and move to Indiana.
yeah,
Maybe
that's
2
hilarious.
for 2.
Yeah, pack up the vans, the Mayflowers.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Okay, what do you got?
So college basketball. We talked a little bit about things last week.
Yep.
Great game from Michigan and Duke this past weekend. Duke did end up winning that one 68-63. Cam Boozer had a great game, 18 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. But all in all, I mean, a very good matchup. So I think Duke jumped to number 1. Michigan dropped to 3. So I think they kind of flipped, right? Is what they
was Duke 3 or 4?
I thought there were 3 at the time.
Maybe they were, yeah.
Yeah, but regardless, yeah, Duke jumped to number 1 now. But a lot going on in college basketball this week. You've got Purdue, Michigan State playing this Thursday. Iowa State, Texas Tech Saturday. Who else? Oh, Michigan and Illinois on Friday night, which will be a really good game. And then Duke actually is playing Virginia. Virginia's number 11, and I haven't seen much of Virginia this year yet.
I haven't either. They're number 11.
They're number 11.
I didn't even realize that. Like, I've kind of been watching. They've been winning some games. I didn't realize they were ranked that up.
Yeah, they crept up. So I'm interested to watch that because I want to see like how good is Virginia.
Yeah.
I didn't realize, that they were creeping up on the top 10 like that, and so I think that'll be a big test for them. We'll see what they're made of, and then you've got Arizona playing Kansas again. So they'll play again this Saturday, and Kansas just lost to Cincinnati. Got a big upset on Saturday. So we'll see if they're ready to go here against Arizona this week. But lots of good college basketball coming up this week.
Yeah.
So a lot to see on TV for sure.
Yeah. Great Saturday.
Saturday is going to be fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And a ton of, big impact games for conference tournaments too.
Yeah.
Huge for seeding and everything.
Yep. So yeah. Exciting
yeah, for
down
sure.
the stretch here.
My Nebraska doesn't really have much going on. They play Maryland at home tomorrow night. They play like all the bottom of the Big Ten.
Yeah,
they've got one more game against Iowa.
Okay, I was gonna say the rest of their schedule is pretty light.
It's
right?
light, yeah. They need to win out to like still hold a good spot. The top however many teams in the Big Ten actually get a triple bye.
Really?
There's so many teams in the Big Ten now.
Yeah.
So you still want a triple bye, I guess, but.
Well, Illinois just lost to UCLA the other day. So where are they at now? So conference, Nebraska's 4. So yeah, you got Michigan at top 16-1 in conference, Illinois 13-4, and then Purdue, Nebraska, and Michigan State are all 12-4.
Okay, yeah.
So
big games this weekend.
They're all stacked. I mean, 2 through
I don't know how many
5 have 4 losses. Then Wisconsin sitting there at 11-5 in conference. So Michigan's starting to run away with it a little bit. They've got some tough games, I think, down the stretch here. Like I said, Illinois is who they got coming up. And then they play Iowa, and then they've got Michigan. Iowa's on the road. And then they've got Michigan State at home to finish out the season. So they should be able – I mean, Michigan, as long as they don't drop these 3, right, they're pretty much in the driver's seat to win the regular season Big Ten right now. So, yeah.
Yeah, tons of great games, just great to watch, and big impacts. So.
Yeah, it'll be fun. College basketball's getting going.
Yeah, no, it's exciting.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, well, I think that's about all we got. As far as scoreboard, I mean, I don't know. We didn't really have much to agree or disagree.
No, it was a little more
just
fun today,
Yeah,
fun
Olympics. Episode.
Yeah.
We'll do some more stuff like this sometimes.
I'll tell everybody, check out the graphics. I think you've done an awesome job with some of these graphics that we've got on the.
We're working on the clips. They're getting better.
Well, not even just the clips, but just the.
The cover art on these.
The cover art. There you go. Yeah. I think it's really cool. Some of these ones that.
I like this one a lot, actually.
Yeah. So if you haven't, I guess when you check out the episode, if you're on Spotify or whatever, take a look at the the graphic art there. It's pretty cool. So
yeah, those are fun.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
All right, well then I think that's going to do it for today. We've a little bit shorter today, but you got to get your voice back.
Exactly.
So
a little rest.
Yeah. Yep, that's good. But yeah, that's going to do it. If you like today's conversation, make sure to follow, rate, and share the show. We'll be back next time breaking down the biggest stories and our generational opinions on the 4 major sports. Until then, we'll see you for the next play.
Peace out. USA.